Hello and welcome back. Today, back at camp, as you can see behind me. My plan is to build a little log store. I've just got a cheap tar, which I ordered from Temu, which was crap last year at some time. So that's just going to stay here. I'm going to put it up, which I have done. It's not the best, but it'll do for now. Probably build up around it. Make it a bit stronger and stuff, and maybe put like a proper roof on it and stuff eventually out of wood and whatever. So, but yeah, I brought my big axe and stuff, my bigger one. It's the carpenter's axe from Hulterfors. So I'm gonna go and collect some wood. I've got my big saw as well. I'm gonna go and collect some wood, chop it up, and stick it in the log store. So I've got a supply of dry wood throughout the winter months. So yeah, I will quickly show you what my setup is for today, and then I'm gonna crack on and get some wood. Okay, so this is the tarp, just a cheap tarp I got from Temu. As you can see, it's already started to kind of absorb some water, but it's doubled up. It's at an angle. I am going to put like a piece of wood underneath there to create a bit of a roof on it. I'm going to see if I can find some house bricks and stuff to put on the floor a little bit and dig down maybe. So that'll be my wood store for now, until I can build something a little bit more permanent. And where I've put it, the track's just up here, so the track is there, and that, my shelter hides it, so from the track you can't actually see it, which is why it's kind of there. So I've got my Arctis survival blanket with me today, Actras, whatever it is, whatever that company is, Actras. So I've used this in the past. It's waterproof, it's tough. But yeah, it has been raining a little bit today, but yeah, it's good bit of kit. So yeah, just a lightweight bit of a setup today, because I'm not going to stay here for too long, because it's currently about 2:10 ish. So yeah, I'm gonna crack on with getting some wood together. I'm just the wood store. I've got just a little grass cooker with me today for a brew, and then I've got some bits and bobs. I'll show you my axe and stuff that I've got with me. Got my little one and my big one. So yeah, I'm gonna crack on. Okay, so these ones here, this is what I had my last lot of, and they are pretty dry generally. So I'm gonna cut these up to fit in my bag. So I stood them up against here as well, so they could dry out a little bit. So they went up here, so they weren't on the floor. So I'm going to cut these up, and then I'm going to pop them in my bag. So I think I want to use my big saw to get these chopped up nice and quick, because yeah, I don't want to be on this track for too long. So at the top of there, so get this cut down. You've all seen this saw before. It's the Boreal 21 from Agua Canyon. So as you can see, absolutely tears through this wood, nice and easy. So I want to chop this log up, and maybe some of that one, take them back to camp and get them split down with my axe. So when you're cutting with any saws, make sure you're cutting away from yourself again. So I want to cut these down to around about the size I want for our fire as well. So I'm not double cutting. This isn't the best cutting block, to be honest. So right, I'll get these cut up and then take them back to camp. I'm just going to cut this end off, because it's wet. Hopefully get quite a bit out of this one. a little bit rotten on that end. Feels alright further up. So let's cut some bits and we'll see. Yeah, it's alright. It's a bit punky and a bit soft, but it'll be alright. I'll cut a little bit further up and get a bit more out of it. With this woodland is, I've noticed, a lot of the trees, especially the down ones, because it's quite a damp area, get very rot very quick, because this woodland is very, very wet. Well, I've got quite a bit there, so I might take just this back to camp now and get it chopped up, because it's about 2:30 now, so the weather's going to start, because it's going to rain this afternoon, and so it's going to start getting dark as well. So yeah, get this back to camp. As you can see, the bag's pretty good, it holds quite a lot. So there's quite a decent sized down tree just here, as you can see, and it comes across the track. So what I might do is maybe not today, but I can't even see where that's come from. That tree broke off. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, I might get my saw next time, and I might start chopping this up, chop it down, and let it dry out in the little shelf in the little wood store. So one, clear the track, and two, it's a nice big tree. So it's probably snapped because it was obviously dead or dying. So as you can see, there's loads around here, look, all down. That's that one I just checked, but I think further down it might still just need to dry out for a season or so. Okay, time for a quick coffee. So it's got a 3-in-1, but one of these BCB cookers that the military now use. It comes with Dragon Fuel, little packets which you can easily fit 3 inside there. So you've got 3 kind of cooking meals. But basically, you put the block in the middle bit, and then if you put a spark to it, it should light, he says. There you go. So I don't think, yes, you can just about see the flame. So I'm just going to tip these in, straighten that up before it starts giving it some. And I've just got my titanium mug, which I normally have with my gas kit. It's like just my quick brew kit, to be honest. So, but I haven't got much gas left, I need to get one. So I just thought, I had this in my bag. It was actually in the car, actually. So I just thought I'd use this. So I have got a snack shot for in a bit as well, if I get a little bit peckish, but might end up calling it a day before I do that. So while that's warming up, I'm going to set up cutting stack area. Okay, so this is the Hultafors carpenter's axe. So it's a little bit shorter than my forest hatchet axe that I've got, small forest axe from Hultafors. the forest axe is about that long. This is a bit shorter, so you can get it in your bag. And then I've got like a little bag that my saw goes in, my Agua Canyon saw, so this fits nicely inside the bag. So when it's in my bag like that, in my day sack, there's a little bit sticking out, but you can't tell what it is. But this is a lovely axe. It's a carpenter's axe, as I said. It's an 800 gram head. It's got some weight to it for the size of the actual axe itself. The edge is really sharp, and as you can see, it's got a very flat edge on it, the end on it, so the bite. So the face, it's designed for when you're chopping wood, you can flatten out an edge. So that's why it's nice and flat. You can take big bits off to flatten out a side, but it does work well as a kind of bushcraft axe as well. So I'm just going to push this way a touch. So I like the safety distance of when you're down. Okay, you want it so if you miss the strike, it hits the floor or the chopping block. You probably could use this standing up on a high block with the chop. But what we're going to do is we're going to try and cut some of this wood down. It's already wet, so I'm just going to leave it on the floor. But then I'm going to get it underneath my little wood store. So get chopping. This works well for wood that's like narrower than the face edge of the axe. It doesn't work well on wide pieces because it gets stuck, but as you can see, it works nicely on wood that's smaller than the edge of the face of the axe. So as you can see, it chops really nicely. And this wood is pretty dry inside, to be honest. So I picked a nice piece of wood to chop down. So I'm going to get these chopped up, and then underneath my log store. Quite a lot of woodworm in this bit here. This is the stuff that was a bit more rotten. When you're using an axe and stuff, you don't want to be absolutely hoofing it down, trying to get through the wood. If you're doing that, you're using the wrong axe for the wood that you've got, the wrong shape, size, weight. But no, this is a good bushcraft axe. A lot of people don't rate them, but I do for this task of cutting wood that's smaller than the head. Can't get it to stand up nicely. Just use a dead man's finger, cut through it. So these are getting a bit thicker now, so I'm going to have to put a bit more oomph into it. There's quite a few knots in this. As you can see, it goes through pretty nice. This stuff is very dry inside. I feel it's dry. If you do get a piece of wood stuck on your axe, I have showed it about levering it out using the lever. One of these is way too long. Yeah, nice axe, does the job. And that's why you use a dead man's finger. So if it glances off, you're not going to catch your finger. But this is nice and dry, you can hear it. It's like when you're throwing it around, you can hear it's dry. On the inside anyway. So this is the first piece I cut, which is a bit long. So we'll see what happens when I try and cut through this. It's going to glance off. I don't think it's going to split properly, but we'll see. Oh, nice. So as you can see, it split pretty well actually. So I'm going to try that again. I was off to one side then. That was a bad strike from me. So we can get a bit more of a central strike. There we go. So as you can see, in a few minutes you can have quite a lot of wood cut down. So always remask your axe once you're done with it, and then I normally just leave it on the cutting block. Okay, so just before I put the axes and stuff away, I'm just going to use my new little mini hatchet to put a spike on the end of this Y stick, which is going to go in the middle of the tar to hold it up a bit better. So as you can see, it's a sharp little blade. This isn't a dead piece of wood. This is it is dead, but it's not rotten. So as you can see, it's going through it pretty quick, to be honest. And as I say, it's a nice sized little hatchet for bringing it out into the woods to do little tasks and carving and so on. So, and it'll fit nicely. If you haven't got a belt loop, an axe loop, which I haven't, it'll fit nicely in your belt, so you can carry it around with you and put it under your jacket so it's hidden. So, okay, so as you can see, I've put a little bit of a base down, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this stick here and create a bit of a roof on it. So, as I say, this is just a bit of a crap tarp that I got off Temu, so it doesn't really matter if that stick's sitting on there. But that's a bit more sturdy now, and it's going to create an area where I can store wood and a sit mat, which I'm going to leave here as well. So that's the post in the middle, and I'm just going to get the wood. I've just put this base in just to kind of keep it off the floor a little bit. It will need some improvement, but it's good enough for now. So just going to stash this in here so it dries, or stays drier. So I just want to say that this little shelter that I've got here and what I've made here, it is on public land. It's just a nature reserve. Well, I haven't ruined anything, I haven't cut any trees down. It is just public land. So unfortunately, if I come back one day and there's someone here or it's been wrecked, there ain't really much I can do about it. But I'll bitch and moan really, but it is what it is when you're not allowed to roam in England and so on. But I haven't caused any damage to the area, so that's my little wood store now. So I will eventually I'll build up the sides here and stuff, and maybe close it in a little bit more with just some thicker branches and stuff, so it's a little bit more secure. So it's about 3:30. The sun is starting to go down. It's gone a bit cooler as well. So I'm going to call it a day. So just to show you what I've done today. So yeah, all that stacked up, drying. Hopefully it'll stay dry. Hopefully, or drier. Gonna take that down. Take my tarp down in a sec. Absolutely love this tarp. Yeah, and obviously it's got multiple uses. So it's obviously a silver blanket as well, and you can probably use it as a ground sheet, throw it over you. So my plan in January, if it drops coldish and dry, is to stay in here. I'm going to use my survival blanket as a base. to put on the floor, and obviously it'll protect my airbed, etc. So I'm probably going to stay over here in January. So that's why I'm getting wood ready. Well, it's January, isn't it? I'm getting wood ready now so I can have a good fire. I'm going to come over here like late when it's dark, so I can obviously stay over here. So, but yes, it's starting to drop dark. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I have got TikTok, I've got Instagram, Facebook. So TikTok is more of the a lot more shorts on there with kit info and etc. So, but yeah, it's just starting to rain, so I will get packed up and see you again soon. Cheers.